Hello and happy National Small Business Week. Welcome to today's live stream, Drive Business Results with Google Ads. I'm Stasia, lead educator for Grow with Google. I'm back in Google's Mountain View, California headquarters, broadcasting live. We are breaking a record today. There are 205 local partners helping us celebrate National Small Business Week by hosting live stream viewing parties around the country right now. Thank you guys so much, our partners, for supporting small businesses and helping drive economic opportunity in your communities. For the people who are attending today's workshop, I hope that the next hour gives you a lot of ideas for driving results with online advertising. I wish I had time to say hello to everyone out there, but on behalf of the entire Grow with Google team, here are just a few shout-outs. Hello to Casey Martin in the Rapid City Public Library. Hi, Matt Hirsch at Alt Media Studios. Hello, Mary Hartfield from the Grand Rapids Opportunities for Women, Grow. And also I wanted to give a special shout out to the Grow with Google NYC Learning Center. Thanks guys for tuning in today. Thanks for listening. After the presentation, we'll have a live Q&A. Our team wants to hear from you and we want your questions. So to submit a question, you visit Twitter, you type it in and add the hashtag NSBW Livestream. If you need help with that, just ask your event host and they can give you a hand. Here's today's agenda. I'm going to start with an introduction to online advertising. And then next, I'll get into more specifics about how you can advertise with Google Ads. Third, I'll talk about a Google advertising product called Local Services by Google. It's designed specifically to help local service providers and consumers too. At the end of the workshop, we'll leave some time for Q&A, and my colleague Gabrielle from the Ads Marketing team will be joining me to answer your questions. You ready? Let's do this thing. Okay, the online advertising has been around for a very long time. I remember it in the very beginning. In fact, Google Ads is about to celebrate its 20th birthday in October. Businesses, large and small, use Google Ads to appear on search results pages, on web pages and videos and apps. You get the drift here. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time explaining why online advertising can drive business results. Suffice to say, in order to get the results, you need to be found online, where potential customers can see you, particularly when they're looking for information about the products and the services that you offer. If you've attended any of our previous live streams or our workshops, you may remember hearing the phrase, people no longer go online, they live online. And we're not just saying that because it sounds like a compelling soundbite. It's what the data shows. One study published in January of this year estimates that the average person spends 6 hours and 42 minutes online every single day. That's a lot of time. So for a business, that's great news and also a challenge because today's consumers are deeply connected to the web. But it's not just this simple linear connection. There are many reasons that people go online, and there are many ways to find and access information. And there are many devices like their phones and smart speakers, tablets, laptops, computers. And all of this results in a complex consumer journey. Here's an example journey on the slide. Have you ever started your day, you head down to the fridge and you're getting some creamer for your coffee and you open the door and you find out that the refrigerator isn't cold? I have, and it's not a great way to start the day off. So if you're like me, and okay, let's be real here guys, an imaginary, much handier version of myself, my first reaction might be, I can fix this. So phone in my hand, I pop open Google and I start searching for how to do it. If you owned an appliance store or if you were an appliance repair person, wouldn't that be a great place to appear when I'm doing that search? Now, I did that Google search and let's say I found a promising snippet that was talking about fridge repair in the results. And so I might go to visit that website and read more. But as I study the article, I start to realize that I don't actually know what a condenser fan looks like. So fixing this might be tough But I don't give up. So now I sit at my computer and I pop open YouTube and I start to search for DIY refrigerator repair videos. Maybe if I can see what a condenser fan looks like, then I can repair it and it's going to make a difference. And after all, an image or a video can be worth 1,000 words. So now I'm sitting here, I'm reviewing the information that I find online, and I find out more than I ever wanted to know about refrigerator repair. And I'm starting to realize that I don't even own the tools that are required for this job. This project is starting to feel less like an interesting challenge and more like a daunting task. So it's time for plan B, and I go back to Google search. And I start researching buying a new refrigerator. I could buy a new one, but it's going to take at least 24 hours to get it delivered, and my food is rapidly spoiling. So now it's time for plan C. I search for and find a highly rated local handyman. I click the phone number associated with his online information. We chat about condenser fans. And 2 hours later, he's at my house fixing this appliance. So here's an activity for everyone who's listening today. I want you to stop for just 15 seconds and think about what you did online this week, or maybe even this very morning. Did you have a scenario similar to this? Did you search for something? Did you visit a website? Did you read a blog or watch a video or read customer reviews? Thinking? Chances are that some of you, or maybe all of you, spent time doing some online research and making comparisons to help you make more informed consumer choices. The bottom line is that today's online consumers consult multiple sources to find the information that they need. And routinely, they leverage multiple sources to help them make better decisions, and they're more informed than ever. Now, one common thread that you may have noticed in my example consumer journey on every device is the fact that people are doing a search. I like to think of it as the springboard for most online activity. As business owners, and therefore typically as website owners as well, you need to make sure that your website is a viable destination for every relevant search. And by viable, I mean useful. For example, if my first search query was, "Why is my refrigerator warm?" your website could appear in the results if you have that answer on a web page. And if you happen to sell replacement units or offer repair services, there's a bonus. Now think about your potential customers, what their journeys might look like over time. Does your website help them? If not, consider a content strategy that fills these content gaps or makes your website more compelling and more useful. The more relevant your site is to their search queries, the more opportunities you will have to appear in the search results. Don't miss valuable moments when consumers are searching for answers related to your products and your services. Online advertising is ideal for businesses large and small, and in no small part because it can be held accountable. Its value to your business can be tracked and measured. Online advertising doesn't need a whole lot of a sales pitch because the proof is in the results. If the campaign is not effective, there's no sugarcoating it. And when an advertising campaign is really effective, as we hope it will be for your business, you can see in the reports what actions happened as a result of your efforts. Here's another big advantage. You're going to control it. You control the budget, you decide how much you're willing to spend on an ad campaign, and you can edit, pause, or cancel at any time. Before we dive into driving business results, I want to give you a quick overview of how advertising works on Google. Advertisers are using a product called Google Ads to run their campaigns. And this whole thing starts with a question, a desire, or a need. And most people start looking for those answers online by typing a search query into Google. Google's organic algorithm gets to work, and it creates a search engine results page presenting websites and other resources that can help the searcher find answers to those questions. At the same time, but separately, the Google Ads algorithm runs an auction. Advertisers are bidding for opportunities to show their ads. Eligible ads are competing for a spot on the search engine results page, above and below the organic results. The winners appear on the page, clearly labeled with an ads sticker. Searchers see the ads and hopefully take an action. For example, they could click to visit the website or initiate a phone call on a mobile device or call a trackable number. These actions connect searchers with the advertisers and drive business results. This illustration that you see on the slide shows how ads may appear on Google search results page. At the very top, you may see images with associated product information. These are called shopping ads. Next, you will see a text ad. A text ad can appear above the organic results and below. Advertisers do not pay to show ads on the search engine results page. They're only going to pay if a searcher takes an action on that ad. An ad's position on the page relative to the other ads is determined by something called ad rank. Ad rank is calculated using the bid amount, the ad's quality at auction time, and this includes stuff like the expected click-through rate, the relevance, the landing page experience, ad rank thresholds, and the context of the search. For example, the person's location, the device they're using, the time of the search terms, and other signals, as well as the expected impact of ad extensions and other formats. I will explain what that means in a bit, so hang with me. Ad rank is recalculated every single time an eligible ad competes in the auction. So an ad position can fluctuate depending on the competition, the person's search, and its quality at that moment in time. Ads can also appear on other Google sites, including Gmail and more than 2 million non-Google websites that are part of something called the display network. The Google Display Network reaches 90% of internet users worldwide across those millions of sites, news pages, blogs, and Google sites like Gmail and YouTube. Here are a few things to know about Google Ads. I'm guessing that many of you out there, most of you out there, have heard the term PPC or CPC. That stands for pay per click or cost per click, and it means just that. It means that you're going to pay for a click or a desired action, not just to appear on the search results page. The display network offers other bidding options as well, like CPM, which stands for cost per thousand impressions, and CPV, which is cost per view for video ads. There are no fees to use Google Ads. There's no startup fee, there's no cancellation fee, there's no contract, there's no minimum commitment. You can turn it on and turn it off as you wish. If you'd like to get started, visit ads.google.com and you will need a free Google account to sign in and get started. Okay, today's presentation won't cover the specifics of setting up a campaign or keyword research, bidding strategies, anything like that. If you're attending a partner-hosted workshop, we encourage you to stick around after the live stream. Our partners have access to our team who can help answer any questions that you might have. And I'd be remiss not to mention that Google's Help Center 9 times out of 10 has the answers that I'm looking for when I have a question. All right, so what am I going to be talking about today? I'm going to introduce all the different campaign types that you can use, and I'm going to help you choose a campaign based on your business goals. By focusing on the desired outcome, the strategy will follow. The Google Ads interface will actually help you along, prompting you to enter information and set up an appropriate campaign that can drive business results. The first step before we go into the campaigns is to clarify goals. Everyone, ask yourself this question: why are you doing this? Why are you promoting your online presence? What outcome do you want to see as a result of your advertising campaign? So you might be thinking right off the bat, I want to make money. I want to make more money. I want to sell more products. I want to find new clients. I want to grow my business. I want to hire more people. I want to get donations. And these are all legitimate goals, but they lack specificity. So let's look at a way to make your goals stronger. Let's say that your goal was sell more refrigerators. So how can you give this goal more structure? Make it more actionable. One way is to incorporate something called the SMART framework. So for S, is the goal specific and detailed? How many refrigerators is more refrigerators? What types of refrigerators do you want to promote? M is for track and measure the goal. How will you know when you've accomplished it? Have you connected your Google Ads account to tools like Google Analytics to collect data? Is your e-commerce platform connected? A, is the goal realistically attainable? If you said 1 million refrigerators, well, maybe you'll sell 1 million. But rather than pulling a number out of thin air, consider your past sales activities. You don't want to set goals that are just going to be impossible to reach, and you can always adjust them later. R stands for relevant. Is your ad campaign relevant to your business? Will this goal help you reach your business goals? And does it drive the business results that you want? And T, set a time frame. When do you want to achieve this goal? It might be that you want to sell 25 refrigerators online in May. Again, we're going to encourage everyone who's listening to today's workshop to stay and hang out with your event hosts and talk about advertising. And one of the things that you'll be doing as a group, we hope, is really brainstorming SMART goals for your business. And if you want to take 10 seconds to think about it right now, you can keep that in mind for the next portion of our workshop. If you have a goal, what you're trying to accomplish in mind at the outset of the live stream, it may help spark more ideas for things that you can do or campaign types that you may be able to try after today's live stream. Okay, everyone got a SMART goal in mind? Write it down if you have a pen or a paper right in front of you. All right, let's get started. So our working example goal is to sell 25 refrigerators online in May. And when you first create a campaign in Google Ads, you're going to see an option to select a goal. The first option, sales, is a clear example of using an ad campaign to drive business results, getting the sale. The user interface will guide you through the setup process for campaigns that can help you reach this goal. Google Ads recommends trying search, display, shopping campaigns, and/or video campaigns to help you reach the goal. In addition to the ad campaign, be sure to set up features that are going to help you track and measure success, like conversion tracking and Google Analytics goals. Now, I'm going to introduce campaign types as we chat about our goals today. And I'm going to start with an option that I didn't list on the previous slide. It's called Smart Campaigns, and it's designed specifically for small businesses that want to promote products and services online. You can choose goals, more calls, actions on your website, store visits, and set up an advertising campaign in a matter of minutes. These campaigns are using smart technology to monitor and improve the performance of your ads continuously. One big advantage of smart campaigns is that a lot of the work managing the campaign is automated. For example, advertisers do not develop keyword lists for smart campaigns. The equivalent, called a search phrase, is automatically generated by the system. Advertisers can disable search phrases, but otherwise this aspect of the online ad campaign is handled completely by the software. The ads compete with other ads in the Google Ads auction for the opportunity to appear on the search results page. Advertisers will pay for interactions with their ads, like clicks on an ad or calls to that trackable phone number. You can set up a smart campaign in 5 steps. First, you select a goal. Then you select where geographically you want your ads to be eligible to appear. Third, you describe the products or services that you want to advertise. Fourth, you write an ad. 5, you set a budget, and then you launch this thing. Now, if you want to learn more about this and get more detail, I recommend that you revisit our holiday live stream from October 2018. If you want to access the live stream, you can go to this URL, g.co/grow/holiday livestream 18. g.co/grow/holiday livestream 18. And then you can watch us talk at length about smart campaigns. Okay, let's move on though. I'm going to guess that there are a lot of businesses out there that don't directly sell products and services via their website. Maybe you repair refrigerators, or maybe you don't sell them. Maybe your refrigerators are really, really expensive and people need to carefully consider the pros and cons before dropping 17 grand on a fridge. Your goals might include lead generation, a request for a quote, a scheduled appointment, something along those lines. And for a lead gen campaign, Google Ads recommends search, display, shopping, and/or video campaigns. Let's take a look at another campaign type, and the one that people are most likely familiar with, and they're called search campaigns. When somebody searches on Google, text ads can appear above and below those organic search results. And these ads are shown for relevant searches. In other words, if I'm selling refrigerators, I won't be able to show my ads on search results pages when people are searching for other things like Prince Harry's announcement or photos of the 2019 Met Gala gowns. Let's look at a few examples of the ads that can appear. A text ad, which is the one that we're talking about right now for search, has 3 parts: headlines, a display URL, and a description. There are 3 separate headlines where you can promote your product or service. These headlines are separated by a vertical pipe symbol, and they may appear differently depending on the device that the searcher is using at the time. The display URL shows your website address. The display URL is made up of the domain from your final URL plus optional text that you can enter into the path fields. The path text can help people get a better idea about where they're going, where they'll be taken to after they click the ad. Path text does not have to match the exact language of the display URL. Next comes the description. The description should highlight details about the product or service being advertised. You can describe features and benefits, promotions, shipping offers, things like that. You can drive business results by including a call to action or CTA, encouraging potential customers to take that next step. If you're promoting refrigerator sales, your CTA might be buy now or shop now. Here are the character limits for a text ad. Headline 1 can include up to 30 characters. Headline 2, also 30. Headline 3, also 30 characters. The description line 1 can include up to 90 characters, and it's the same for the second description line, 90 characters. The path fields, those optional fields that you add to your final URL, and there are 2 of them, can have up to 15 characters each. Now, that was talking specifically about the first ad that you see on the slide, but now take a closer look at the second example ad. Notice how much more stuff is there. This ad looks bigger. It is bigger because it's incorporating features called extensions. Extensions expand ads with additional information, and this typically increases an ad's click-through rate by several percentage points. Incidentally, click-through rate, or CTR, is the ratio of people who see an ad versus clicking an ad. In other words, the higher the CTR, the more compelling the ad is because it's getting more clicks. Extension formats include call buttons, location information, links to specific areas of your website, additional text, and more. Google Ads selects which extensions to show in response to each individual Google search. For that reason, it's a good idea to use all the extensions that are relevant to your business goals. Extensions often increase the total number of clicks and give people additional interactive ways of reaching you, as with maps and calls. Now, some extensions require some setup. These are manual. And some extensions are added automatically when Google Ads predicts that they'll improve ad performance. Those are the automated extensions. Adding an extension won't guarantee that it's going to show up with the ad all the time. They're going to show with your ad when the system predicts that it will improve performance and if your ad's position and ad rank meets a specific threshold. Adding the extensions is free, But if people click on them in an ad, the advertiser is charged as usual. The exception to that is if a click is on a seller rating, and that doesn't actually cost anything for the click. So you'd be charged if someone called you from a call extension, or if someone downloaded an app from an app extension. Google Ads charges no more than 2 clicks per impression for each ad and its extensions. Let's move on to the next goal, number 3, attracting website traffic. Some website publishers want to attract more traffic, and Google Ads recommends search, display, shopping, and video campaigns to accomplish this goal. Let's take a closer look at something called a display campaign. Display ads promote your business when people are browsing online, watching YouTube, checking Gmail, using mobile devices and apps. How is display different? Well, with search campaigns, you show ads when people are searching for specific goods or services. But what about people who aren't searching? What if people don't know about your product or service yet? The display network can help you capture attention earlier in the buying cycle. You can put your ads in front of people before they start searching. For example, if I was researching those refrigerators for sale, because remember my refrigerator is warm, I might see an image or a video ad showcasing a really fancy fridge, like those ones that have the see-through doors. I'd never seen that before until I started, looking for screenshots for today's presentation. What a genius idea. I totally need one. You can also remind people about products that they've seen before, remarketing to people who've previously visited your website or your app. The display network offers many different ad formats, including simple text-based banner ads, custom ads in Gmail that expand on the top tabs of people's inboxes, and image and rich media ads with interactive elements and animation. You can create responsive display ads, a partially automated format that uses text and images in your logo to create an ad layout that's optimized to the website that it appears on. These responsive ads can blend into the look and feel of the site and potentially improve performance. Ads can be targeted in several ways, including contextual targeting, which is matching ads to relevant site content using keywords and topics. You can target by audience, reaching specific groups of people based on interest categories and demographics and remarketing. And you can use placements to select or exclude specific websites and apps, including categories like live streaming video or sites that include sensitive topics like crime and emergency. Let's wrap up the goals section with number 4 and 5, product and brand consideration and brand awareness and reach. You might select product and brand consideration if your goal is to encourage potential customers to consider you when they're researching or shopping for that fancy fridge. You can also use the campaign to engage with people who've demonstrated interest in your brand and encourage people to consider doing business with you in the future. After all, I might need a little bit of time before, to think about it before investing that much money in my kitchen. The goal of a brand awareness and reach campaign is to reach a wide audience and increase awareness among that relevant audience. Google Ads recommends display and video campaigns to achieve these goals. So let's look at video ads next. Video campaigns let you show video ads on their own or within other streaming video content on YouTube and across the Google Display Network. Showing video ads may seem pretty sophisticated, but the setup is straightforward. You can use videos from your own YouTube account and other campaign types that you see to tweak your ad performance or to tweak your targeting to make the changes that you might want. There are 5 available video ad formats, so let me break them down. The first one is called an in-stream ad, and it runs before, during, or after other videos on YouTube, the display network, games, or apps. Ads may also run on YouTube videos embedded on other websites. After 5 seconds, the viewer can choose to skip the ad. The second type of ad is called a video discovery ad, and they appear only on YouTube, and they are seen in places where people are looking to discover content. The third type is called an outstream ad, and those appear on partner websites, and they can be seen on mobile devices and tablets. The fourth type is called a non-skippable in-stream ad. These are 15 seconds or less, and as the label suggests, a viewer can't skip it. They have to watch the ad before they can get to the content. And the fifth type of ad is called a bumper ad. And these are designed to increase brand awareness. They're really short. They're 6 seconds long, and a viewer can't skip them. But they can really help get the word out about your products and your services. All right, so now we've talked about our goals. I've introduced different campaign types, but I want to show you a few more things that you can do to drive business growth. If you are out there and you sell products, both online and offline, there's another type of campaign that might be of interest to you. Now remember, at the very beginning of the workshop, when I showed you an illustration of the example Google search results page, at the top of the page, I pointed out where shopping ads can appear. You'll see this type of ad on Google search, images, shopping, YouTube, and more when people search for products that you sell. And let's take a closer look at some of example ads here. Now here you can see on my screenshot where I've made some example shopping ads for refrigerators. And they are more than just text ads. They're going to show a photo of the product, plus a title, a price, the name of the store, and more. In these examples, you see how the refrigerators might appear. The ads highlight information like shipping and product ratings. The product ratings are those star ratings, and they can appear when there are 3 or more reviews for the individual product. And you can use shopping campaigns to promote both online and offline inventory. Shopping ads use product data, not keywords, to decide how and where to show your ads. The product data that you submit contains details about the products that you sell. Google Ads uses these details to match your ads to relevant searches. To sell your products on Google, you'll first need to upload your products into something called the Google Merchant Center and create a shopping campaign in Google Ads. This slide illustrates the steps that you'll need to go through to get started. So number 1, create a Merchant Center account. It's free, and you don't need to be an advertiser to add your products and to use it. Second, add products to the Merchant Center that you've set up. So you're going to create a data feed. That's a file that includes product information. This is going to help your inventory surface in Google shopping results. And you also need it to create the advertising with shopping campaigns. Third, you're going to need to set up a Google Ads account so you can get started setting up your campaign, which is the 4th step. If you are promoting local inventory, meaning you don't sell it online, but you have it in a store, there is one additional step. You need to create and verify a free business profile using Google My Business and connect that with your Google Ads account. Now, if you're at a workshop today, part of our local partners program, and you have questions about Google My Business, ask your workshop host for help, and they will be able to answer any questions and help you get started with that. And that's it. That's the 4 things that you need to do to get started with shopping ads. Okay, we have one final topic for today's session, driving business growth on Google. How many of you out there have ever heard of local services by Google? Anyone out there? Some of you? Well, let me tell you a little bit about this. Local Services by Google is an advertising program designed specifically for local service providers. Advertisers are eligible to show ads at the top of Google search results when people nearby search for the services that they offer. Local service ads are shown at the top of the results when people are looking for services in that area. Potential customers can click or tap on an ad to either call or send a message request, and the message requests are for the US only. This sends an email and notification to the service provider. The advertisers pay only when a local customer calls or messages them directly from the ad. Local services by Google Ads are available for the following types of providers. They're available for appliance repair, carpet cleaning and cleaning services, electricians, garage door services, HVAC, lawn care, locksmiths, movers, pest control, plumbers, roofers, water damage services, and window cleaning. Let's look at some examples. The formatting that you see on the slide, just keep in mind that it could change from time to time as Google makes adjustments to help attract more leads. And the ads are going to typically contain the following information. It'll have the business name, it'll have the phone number, and a tracking number is displayed so you can see how many calls came in that you received from the ad. The calls, when they make them, are then forwarded to your business phone number. The ads include location, which is either the address of your business or the area or the service area where you live or work. It'll include reviews, which are either pulled directly from Google My Business, and they also can show when they're collected directly through the local services ads themselves. And your ads are going to show your average star rating. It will also show the business hours, the Google Guarantee badge, photos, and a business bio. Your ad ranking, where it shows up, is determined by a number of factors, and this includes your proximity to potential customers' location, your review score and the number of reviews that you receive, your responsiveness to customer inquiries and requests, your business hours, and whether or not Google has received serious or repeated complaints about your business. Google is going to attempt to spread out the leads over time. And this is to prevent an advertiser from spending an entire budget too early in the cycle. If an ad generates leads more quickly than the budget can accommodate, it may affect its rank, or the ad may even be paused temporarily in order to help spread the budget, the leads, out over that day. A business must apply to be a part of this program and earn the Google Guarantee badge. Being a Google Guaranteed business lets potential customers know that they have found a trusted business with the reassurance of a money-back guarantee if the service provided doesn't meet their needs. So if you're interested and you want to participate in this program, you need to earn that badge. Here's how you do it. The business will first sign up for the program, and then a screening process begins. And it depends on where they are and the type of business they are. But it can include background checks and licensure checks and insurance verification. After passing this screening, and once they're in, the business is then a part of that Google Guarantee program, and they can advertise with that Google Guarantee badge as part of their ad. Service providers, again, are only going to pay for leads when interested customers get in touch via the ads. A service provider will set an average weekly budget, which is based on an average number of leads that they want to receive in any given week. The local services mobile app helps service providers manage these campaigns. The app gives them edit access and they can control their budget, so they're never going to pay more for leads than their monthly maximum. And maybe if they're getting too busy or if they want to take a vacation, they can just go into the app and they can pause their ads at any time. It's really useful because the apps and the reporting can show them how many leads that they're getting from their ads and whether their ads are leading and converting to bookings, helping them stay informed about the impact of their advertising campaigns. Local services by Google can benefit a business because it helps them stand out in the search results to potential customers. Customers who are getting in touch with a service provider have probably already done a bunch of research. They've compared them to other business profiles that they found when they did those searches. So the Google Guarantee may help them take that extra step and make more likely for them to book services with that chosen provider who is part of that program. Now, it's also a benefit for consumers because it helps them quickly and easily discover and connect with service providers with confidence and gives them that guarantee. Being a Google Guaranteed business lets potential customers know that they've found a trusted business with the reassurance of a money-back guarantee if the service provided doesn't meet their needs. If your customers aren't satisfied with work quality, Google may refund up to the amount paid for the jobs booked through a local services ad, with a lifetime cap for coverage. Right now, the Google Guarantee maximum coverage by country for both the United States and Canada is $2,000. Here's what the guarantee covers. If your customer is dissatisfied with work quality, they'll cover claims up to the job amount invoiced with that lifetime cap for coverage. The service, again, must be booked directly through local services. So future projects or add-ons, damages to property, dissatisfaction with the price or provider responsiveness, and cancellations aren't covered. Claims must be submitted within 30 days of the initial service completion date. And if you're a business, you can apply to get the Google Guarantee by signing up for local services ads. Okay, let's recap. We have done a lot in the last 40-ish minutes. We talked about how consumers are spending a lot of time online, what they're doing there in that consumer journey. We talked about how you can use Google Ads to help connect your business to them in those moments when they're looking for the answers online for the products and services that they need. We talked about your goals and how you can start really refining and shaping a goal that's meaningful for your business, that's going to help you really start creating a campaign that you can track and measure and effectively tweak as you need to. Goals can help you select an advertising campaign, and I spent the middle part of today's workshop introducing at a very high level the types of campaigns that you can set up for your business. Depending on what your business model is, you may try one, you may try several of these different campaign types to see which one is going to drive business results for you. And last but not least, we talked about local services by Google. All right, everybody, it is time for the Q&A, my favorite time of the live stream. So here's how it works. If you would like to submit a question today, visit Twitter, type in your question, and add the hashtag, to say this 10 times fast, NSBW Livestream, which stands for National Small Business Week Livestream. So I'll say that one more time, NSBW Livestream. So go to Twitter, type in the question, add that hashtag. If you need help doing that, raise your hand, and one of the partner hosts on today's workshop will give you a hand doing that. And I'm now going to introduce my friend, Gabby. She's from the ads marketing team. And Abby, thank you so much for joining us here today to help me answer all of these questions, especially about local services by Google, which I'm totally interested in learning about today.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to celebrate with you guys.
Oh, good, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull open this tablet, and let's see if we have any questions that have been coming in for us. Oh boy, we do.
We do.
Yay. Okay, give me one moment to look at the questions and see what we've got here. All right. Well, let's get started. Here is one from Ishma Syed in Hayward, California. Okay. And Ishma asks, how much do local services ads cost?
Okay, that's a great question. Local services ads are pay per lead. So you're paying for every single lead, and that lead price is basically determined by location and job service type. However, you're totally in control of your budget with local services ads. You really set what your weekly budget would be, and we make sure that at the end of the month, we don't go over that budget. So even though the lead price may vary, you're totally in control of what you want it to be.
And you can see what you're paying for each of those
leads?
leads?
And you can, yeah. And you can either see that from your profile or even on the go with the local services app.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Ishma. Let me take a look and see what else we've got coming in here. Okay, oh, here's another one. I see it being typed in right now. Type faster, James. It's from the Mid-Michigan SBDC. Hi, Michigan. All right, the question is there a cost to sign up for local services by Google?
Nope, there's no cost to sign up for local services by Google. You just have to go in, create your profile, pass our required screenings, and then once you're all set, then you're ready to start advertising.
All right, that's cool. Thanks, Michigan. All right, this one is from, I don't know the answer to this one, so I'm going to ask you. Okay. This is from Lori Wood from Ellerslie, Georgia. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I tried. And Lori asks, can not-for-profits use local services ads?
That is a really good question. I think it would depend on what kind of service category your nonprofit would offer it. But if you're really not sure whether or not you would qualify, there is a Help Center article that details exactly which service categories we offer right now.
It's those verticals, right, that we listed?
Yeah, it's those verticals we listed earlier. So if somehow your nonprofit fits in there, then by all means, go ahead.
Okay, excellent. All right. This is a question from... A lot of questions. As I thought, there are going to be a lot of questions for you. This is from Heyman Park from Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Okay.
And the question is, how can consumers know what level of screening each provider went through?
Totally. Part of the local services ad is like once you click into the unit, you can actually see each business's profile. And those profiles are super detailed.
Okay.
They have full bios, they have photos, and it also lists exactly what license and insurance they have.
Okay.
So if you had any questions about who this provider is and what their backgrounds were, then all of that information is right there for all the consumers.
So it's right there. They can see
They can
the
see it
checks.
right there before they even decide to click or call on that ad.
Okay. And you guys actually go ahead and do that and check all that stuff out.
We do.
Well, all right then. Yay. All right. This is a question from... I knew that you would be popular today. This one is from Lawrence Jimenez from Little Rock, Arkansas. And Lawrence asks, do you need a website to be able to advertise on local services?
You know, this is one of the really special things about local services, especially Small Business Week, but you don't need a website to start advertising.
Cool.
Customers are calling and messaging you directly from your ad, so there's no need to go to your website, and you have a profile as well. So if you don't have a website yet, that can kind of serve as your information gateway for all your customers.
And I assume if you have a website, that can be part of your profile.
That can be part of
your profile. Imagine that. Okay. Let's see. Here is another question. This is from, hi Nancy Williamson. She's been a partner for a long time. And Nancy asks, how much do you have to spend in Google Ads to get the Google Guarantee Badge?
So you get the Google Guarantee Badge as soon as you finish passing all the screenings and finish the sign up. So there's no additional cost to actually get the actual badge as long as you're going through local services.
So there's no minimum ad spend or anything like
Nope.
that? Okay.
Nope.
All right. And here is one, and we knew this question, I knew this question was going to come, and this is from Urban Impact in Birmingham, I assume Alabama. Hi, Alabama.
Hey guys.
All right, they want to know, how long does the Guarantee Badge process take?
It totally
Fair question.
It totally just depends on how prepared you are to kind of go through the process.
Okay.
As soon as you have all your documents and everything in line and you submit them, we try and review them as quickly as possible. So it's really about how quickly you're able to get everything together that we need to get you processed through.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a break because a question just came in that I can answer.
Yay.
And this is from Alt Media Studios, one of our partners that's hosting today. Thanks, guys. And the question is, what are some benefits of connecting Google Analytics to Google Ads? Well, lots of them. So Google Analytics, in a nutshell, is telling you about visitor behavior, human behavior on your website.
Yes.
And so if you connect your ads account to your analytics account, you can see what type of activity that person took on your website as a result of coming directly from that Google Ads. The other thing you can do with Google Analytics is you can set up something called a goal, which is, you can also import that as a conversion tracking. So if your goal is, let's say you got really fancy and you set up this goal where you want to see how many times people would actually play a video that's on a web page in your site, you can actually set that up as a goal in Google Analytics and import that into Google Ads and then use that as part of your conversion. Because again, like for that $17,000 refrigerator, there is a refrigerator that's $17,000. I don't own one.
I don't either.
But if I was actually thinking about that, I mean, I would probably do a lot of research. I bet you I'd watch some videos.
100%.
100% before I went ahead and did that. So that's another reason to do it. We could talk about Google Analytics all day long. And if you have questions about it, again, we encourage you to chat with the workshop hosts today, hang out, and take a look at the tool today. Go to the Google Help Center, and there's lots of information that can help you learn more about Google Analytics. Okay, we got another one. This is really exciting when all the questions are starting to pour in. And I think we already answered this, but just to reiterate, it's another. It's all for you today, Gabby. This is from Octavia Felon Public Library. Hello.
Hey guys.
Love our libraries. When you do the background check on businesses, is that something Google does automatically, or does the business submit the information?
The business would submit the information. You know your business best,
Okay.
so we want to make sure that we have everything that we need in order to
So
go through
are
the
they?
process.
So, but you're running the background check, right? Or-
Yes, we run the background check.
Okay.
However, you have to submit the information about your business.
Okay, so you can't. I can't be like, hey, look, I passed the background check.
Yeah,
you're gonna run it.
we're
Okay.
gonna run it.
Okay, got it. All right, excellent. See, I knew this. This is from Spencer Wade. Hi, Spencer. Spencer wants to know.
Okay.
Do local service ads take the place of normal search marketing, or do they work well together?
You know, Spencer, they work great together. Because local
Did
services.
you think she was going to say something else?
They work great together. It's really about what your business goals are, right?
Okay.
So if your goal is that you want website visits, then search is the perfect place for you. However, at the same time, if you want to get some leads, then local services is great for you as well. So having the two working in tandem can really drive your business depending on whatever your goal is for that month.
So we should really think about local services by Google as a lead generation tool.
Yes.
That's the point for
Yes.
this one. Okay. And for search, you can do all the other things.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha. All right, this one, here it is. This is a question from Constance.
Okay.
I don't know how to say her last name. It's either Hartke or Hartk. I'm sorry, Constance, but I tried. And she asks, should I set up a Google My Business profile if I'm not doing shopping ads? Can I take this one?
Go ahead.
Yes. Everyone out there, if you are eligible for Google My Business, for creating a business profile, you should go ahead and do that. In fact, I hope you learned a lot in today's workshop, but if that's something that you could do and you haven't done it yet, before you leave the workshop, take a few minutes with your workshop host and ask them to get you started creating a Google My Business account. It is one of the best ways to get quick visibility on Google search engine results page. It is free to create that business profile, and it can really help people find more information about your business. I can tell you that it's so Gabby and I went out to dinner last night, actually, and and just to illustrate the point, we were trying to find a place to eat.
Yes.
And we were walking around through Mountain View, and lo and behold, we found a restaurant that said it was open, and it wasn't. It was not open. So that's the perfect example. We use it every time, but it actually happened. So going ahead and creating and claiming that Google My Business profile, that business profile, is going to give you, the business owner, control over that information. So if you decide to be closed on Tuesday night for dinner, you can go in there and update that information
And let your customers
and let your
know.
customers know that we can't get sushi there tonight.
We were sad.
Yes.
but-
Okay. I apparently have lost my presenter tab. Hold on one moment. Here we go. Here we
We're
go.
back.
We're back. This one is, there are a lot of questions here. This one says, this is from Kerry Sanchez in Carriers, New Mexico. And Kerry, he or she, asks, will I notice a difference overnight once I set up an ad? I'll let you take that one.
Short answer is no. In order to know whether or not, or see your results from your ad, you have to give it time to get the data in there so that you can actually pull the reports and see what's going on and what's working and what's not working.
Right. So, I mean, it could be a matter of days if there's a ton
Totally.
of data, but it could also take 90 days.
It just really depends.
Depends on how much data comes in. But typically, yeah, and you know, for things like display, it can take 24 hours even for a display ad to start running. So you're going to need to give it more than a day.
100%.
Okay, here's a question from Liz Armisen. And the question is, will today's presentation be recorded and reshared? Ooh, are we going to be famous? The short answer is, I'm 99% sure that is a yes. So if you really love this presentation and you want to watch me and Gabby over and over again,
You're more than
welcome to do that. And you can ask the partner workshop that you're the host of the workshop for help finding the recording for those presentations today. Oh, and look, I even have more information. You can access the replay at this exact link, which is g.co/grow/ it's a hard one to say, NSBW Livestream, National Small Business Week Livestream. So that's where you would go to access the replay of this video. Okay, That's really flattering. Here's a question from Zach Karania in Poughkeepsie, New York. And Zach asks, how do I get in touch with the local services team? Very popular today.
Yeah. Local services team is super easy to get in touch with. It depends on kind of what stage of the process you're in. So if you're ready advertising with us and you're just having an issue with your ad, there's one phone number. And then if you want to start your ad and get help signing up, there's a different phone number. So both of those are located on the local services marketing site. So you can go there and figure out which number is kind of what your issue is.
How do I find that marketing site?
So it's ads.localservices.com. So yeah, if you can just check it out. And it's also in our help center as well, if you have a more specific question.
And if I Googled for local services by Google, I'd probably...
You will definitely
find it as well. So that's where you can find that information. Let's see. Is there a separate... This one, who's it from? This is from Michigan Grow. Hey, Michigan, you're back. Is there a business... Is that right? Yeah, it is from Michigan. Is there a business credit check associated with the background check?
That's a really good question. I think we might have to get back to you on that one.
I don't know that answer.
Yeah.
Okay, but we'll find out for you. So Michigan, follow up with us and we'll get you that answer. This one is from, how do you think you say his name? It's Greg D. Greg D. We're going to go with that. And Greg asks, is there a separate process or campaign for B2B campaigns? No. No, it's the same process. But to touch on what you're talking about, it will take a different nuance to your strategy if you're advertising B2B versus B2C. Sometimes it's a longer sales cycle. Sometimes it's more display. Sometimes it's more video. It's more of getting them into the pipeline than necessarily making that immediate sale. So when you're going back to, let's go back to those SMART goals that I talked about. Again, really start mapping out what it is that you want to do. Think about the typical sales cycle for your B2B clients, and then you want to structure your campaigns accordingly. One of the things that I found is that you might think, I have created the perfect campaign. This is the ad. This is the one that's going to work. But you actually never know until you start testing. And for all of the campaigns that you try, if you're not sure if this is an effective B2B or B2C campaign, run an alternate and see which campaign variation, which ad variation is performing better. And you should always be in the mindset of constantly testing your ads and seeing what does better for your particular business and what drives business results. Okay, here is a question from, I'm not sure, give me one moment. And we think you answered this already, but I'm going to ask again. And I'm really just saying it because I love this. Girl Geek Communications, yes.
Hey guys.
So hey, Girl Geeks, if I'd like to help a client get started with local services, Google Local Services, is there a website I can visit to show them more info? So can you repeat that URL again?
Yeah, you can actually, easiest way, always search local services by Google, but if you go to our ads website, it's ads.localservices.com.
ads.localservices.com. Okay. All right, this is from Paris SBDC in Paris, Texas. Hey guys. And they ask, how can you control the geo-targeting where an ad is placed? Is it targeted by location, region, zip? The short answer is however you like. So when you go through, for example, with the sign-up flow for the SMART campaigns, which is one of the campaigns that I mentioned today, it's the second step where you will actually have an option on a map, and you can put in names of cities, you can put in specific zip codes, you can put in your address and specify a radius around where your ads can appear.
Exactly.
So that's one of the nicest things about online advertising. It is giving you the control, so your ads are only going to show to people who are your most likely prospects. Now, one thing to note about that is, let's just say I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was doing a search for that perfect sushi restaurant for us for last night, and I was in Nashville doing that search. If I searched and added the area code, the zip code in for this city, I might actually be able to see those ads, because based on my search query, I'm telling Google, the algorithm, that I want to find results in that area. So that's, if you're looking at your analytics and you're like, well, why did I get a search from Tennessee if I'm targeting Mountain View, California? It's because I'm looking specifically for a result that might fall into the product or service that you are advertising. All right, I think we have a few more minutes. Let's go through. Here's one from Brett Gutierrez. Gutierrez, thank you, from Scottsdale, Arizona. And Brett asks, if I use local services by Google, how can I make my profile better than my competitors?
That's a great question, and I think that's something everybody kind of wants to know. Really just making sure you're going in and customizing it and putting in all the actual data. Kind of like the Google My Business pages, the more accurate it is, the more likely that customers are going to click on it.
Sure.
So really make sure when you have those bio infos where you can really specify whether you're a family-owned business or why people should connect with you, make sure you go in and do that when you set up your ad.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And building on top of that for your business profile for Google My Business, incidentally, we have an app that you can download, a free app for all devices that you can download, and it makes it really easy to make those updates. And photos are hands down one of the easiest things you can do. You can snap a photo with your phone right from your app and then add it to your profile, and that's going to really help your profile stand out on Google search results pages.
Yes, it will.
Okay, guess what? We're out of time.
Oh no.
I know, right? I feel like we just got started,
We
actually.
did.
Okay, but before we wrap up, I want to encourage everyone out there who's attending a workshop to stay. Hang out with your workshop host and discuss today's session with the hosts for your event. They can help answer any questions, and hopefully they'll facilitate a discussion about some of the topics that we brought up in today's presentation. On behalf of the entire Grow with Google team, thank you. Thank you for tuning in today. I am so proud to be a part of the Grow with Google program. It's an initiative that aims to help everyone across America, small business owners, startups, job seekers, developers, students, teachers, the people who make up the workforce of today and the students who are going to drive the workforce of tomorrow access the best of Google's training and tools to grow their skills, their careers, and their businesses. If you'd like to learn more about the program and what we're up to, please visit google.com/grow. Thank you again so very much, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.